Shoot.
Alright guys, so I posted this on my YouTube Instagram, which is Dawson Earl _ YT or something like that. But I actually posted if y'all wanted to see a crow hunt video or a story time of how I killed my buck this year. It's November 15th, first day of gun season. I actually missed the 8-pointer, a nice 8-pointer, a couple days before. I was using a crossbow, and I missed him, and kind of feeling down, and it made me real excited whenever I saw that 10-pointer show up. So that morning, I went back there behind the house in my tree stand with my dad. Didn't see anything, nothing at all. Well, we left the woods about 10:30, 11 o'clock. We went to my papa's house to see if my cousin or my stepbrother got anything. Well, they didn't either, so that evening we were all deciding that we were all going to go separate spots there in my grandpa's farm and go try to kill a deer. Well, my cousin, he's seen quite a bit of deer. He walked probably 4 or 5 miles back. My stepbrother and my dad, they walked behind my papa's probably 1,000 yards back. And I thought, well, I was like, they're all going back there behind the place. So I was like, I'll go in front and cross the road. So it was about 2:30. We all started getting dressed. Went back there. I walked back. I hit Hoosier National. And I circled back around to my grandpa's side because there's a bunch of fences and everything over there. I didn't want to mess with crossing all those fences. So I sat down somewhere. I was up on top of a ridge looking over a creek. And I sat down and I was like, I don't really like this spot. There's not a bunch of shooting lanes. And, just not very good spot for a .243. I mean, yes, I was on private land. Everything's legal. But I was using a .243. And to me, a .243 that can shoot, 300 yards, I don't want to be somewhere where there's hardly any clear spots. So I walked on farther down, and I sat down, and I was like, hey, this is a good spot. So I moved all the leaves away from the trees about 6 foot, and I turned around, and I laid down kind of in like a sniper position facing downhill. I had a bipod down on my .243. Well, I texted my dad and my brother, and there's some type of cat over there, but I texted them, and I was like, hey, you guys sat down? They're like, yeah, are you? And I was like, yeah. Well, I sent them both where I was at, and as soon as I sent that picture, I just had this weird feeling, I was like, I'm going to look up. I looked up, and all I saw was a rack walking about 150 yards away. So I laid my phone down, I took one of my gloves off, and I started watching him. Well, what he did, it's kind of weird what he did, it's hard to explain. But what he did, he got right behind this big old oak tree, and somehow he just knew I was waiting for him, because he just walked directly downhill even with that tree. Well, I hit my call. He stopped, looked around, and kept walking. So I was like, alright, my only chance. I hit my call again. He turned around, and he started walking up the hill. Not directly towards me, just kind of diagonally up the hill. Well, he wouldn't stop for nothing, and when he did, it was behind another tree. My luck that day was just horrible. So I finally got him to stop, and he's in a clear spot. He was facing towards me a little bit, so I aimed right at the front of the shoulder. Shot. Boom! He took about 5 steps and started walking again. I was like, what the heck? I put another shell in it. He stopped again. I shot him again, aiming for the same spot. He did the same thing, just barely 5 steps. And I know my .243 sighted in. I can hit a paper plate from 100 yards with it when you're sighting it in. Well, the third time I shot, he was pretty much broadside. So I shot him again, and that time he jumped up and mule kicked. So I was like, alright, I got him. So I called my dad and my brother, and I told them, I was like, hey, because they were blowing my phone up. And I called them both, and I was like, yeah, I just shot a nice buck. They asked if he was down, and I told them I didn't know yet, and they told me to go look for blood. So I went down, and I started looking for blood, and I couldn't find any yet. Well, my other brother called, because I guess they all told him, and he asked me if I found him yet, and I told him no, I was looking for blood. Right when I said that, I heard something kind of running in the leaves back behind me, going up the other ridge, going up the other hill. So I turned around and I saw that buck heading straight up that hill, full board. And first thing I could do, my gun was already on the ground because I stood up, talked to my brother. And I laid down and I went, "Matt." He stopped. And I could tell, he was about to die. He just breathing real funny, head kind of hanging down. And I didn't know, I didn't know what to do. Heck, it's my first buck. I sat there, I shot him again. Boom. He rolled all the way down the hill. And I ain't going to be too graphic. I ain't going to say what I did after that. But I called him and I said, yeah, I found him. So they all brought the four-wheeler over there. I found 4 bullet holes in that deer. I found 1 in the heart, 2 in the shoulder. And the 4th time I shot, it must have hit him in the neck or something. And I had a shot, like, right in here in the neck. And, I don't know, that's just crazy. Like, I've never had a deer that I had to take 4 shots on and not react to even 2 of them. Like, if you guys have all had, like, an experience like this, please comment down below. I haven't been hunting real long. I killed my first deer, I think... I killed my first deer, I think, in 2016. It's 2021 now. I killed my first deer in 2016. I've hunted 4 years, and I've killed 6 deer now. I've killed 2 yearlings, 3 mature deer, 3 mature does, and then that buck, which that buck I think was about 2.5, 3.5 years old. But I wasn't caring about age. I wasn't caring about none of that. It's my first buck. I saw a rack. I shot. If you guys have any advice to also help me, I don't care about size of deer. That's just not my thing. If I see a deer, I'm most likely going to kill it unless I've either tagged out or just don't feel like skinning a doe that day. Also, if you guys would like, you can post pictures, I think, down in the comments. If so, y'all show me, some of your biggest bucks that you've shot. Or even in my Instagram. I'll put my Instagram link down in the bio. Or description, not bio. And then you can send me some pictures and DMs of your biggest bucks you've shot. Also, if you guys, next deer season, hopefully, next deer season, I'll be able to have a GoPro or some type of good camera where I can video stuff. Because I doubt y'all believe me, because, I've never seen a deer take 2 shots and not react. That's just crazy. So, if you guys want to, you can subscribe. Like I said, these last few videos I've done, I'm going on a pheasant hunt. And if you guys want to see that, like, subscribe, whatever you got to do. It should be up, hopefully, the 8th or the 9th, because I'm going the 7th. But, stay tuned, guys. Thanks for watching. I appreciate y'all. Can't talk right now. That subscribed, like my videos and everything. It helps a lot. Like I said, if you guys have any advice for me, I haven't been hunting, like I said, real long. So if you got any advice, guys, just share it down in the comments. It'll help a lot. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Like, subscribe. Bye, I guess. Thanks.